Hello, everybody. It is Amaterasu here. Welcome back to another FBL battle. This is week 3, going up against the New England Chartriots. Sorry, I almost said Charcadets there. Today we are bringing the core of Sandy Shocks, the Dunsparce, Hisuian Gudra, Skeledirge, Iron Bundle, and Ditto. The reason you're seeing my opponent's POV is because, once again, I had technical difficulties. My computer straight up died on me. And so, unfortunately, we have to use my opponent's side of the battle, which is a little unfortunate. I can't really show you all my sets today, but it was quite the good battle nonetheless. Good luck to my opponent on this battle. I'm going to try to not give any spoilers, because I do know how it goes. But we will see as it goes down. I'm just waiting for myself to lock in here, ironically. I know I took a while thinking about what I wanted to lead. I end up leading the Dunsparce here, just to try to get up the Stealth Rock hazards. I haven't really utilized rocks very well in my matches so far, in my first two. Obviously the first one wasn't up on my side either. But yeah, I didn't use it there, and I did not use Stealth Rocks in the second battle either, because they were on Sandy, who never really showed the field until the end game. But yeah, going in here, we start with the Dunsparce. We're going to try to get the hazards off. And on his side, I know he was thinking I could possibly set up, so he ends up going for the U-turn instead of going for sticky webs, which very much benefits us. Not having lowered speed on a lot of our strong wands is very helpful in this battle. He ends up going into the Iron Valiant here, and we are going to set up the Stealth Rocks, which is a great start for us, as it means that his wands are going to take chip from every time they switch in, and obviously singles is quite a switchy game. I'm going to let you all know that on my side, for my Dunsparce, I did have Earthquake, Glare, Roost, and Stealth Rock. Honestly, if I had been able to read this, switching out actually was not the play. I took way too much from knockoff. Had I just read that you see Skelly in the back and just gone like Earthquake, I'd probably pick up some pretty big damage, or go for like a Glare or something. Like, I'd probably pick up big damage, and I mean, I had Chopple. I could have easily lived one. I'm not actually sure why. I think I just thought about, he goes for it. It's the safe play. But it ends up costing me my Skeledirge, unfortunately. Fortunately, I do have Ditto here, which is just meant to basically stop the sweeps. It very much hurts Iron Valiant, and also very much hurts a Baxcalibur if it tries to set up. So that's the reason I ended up going here. What I will say in post-commentary that neither of us noticed earlier is that Torkoal had White Smoke, which is kind of ironic that neither of us noticed it, considering we both have Paradox Pokemon. I have Sandy Shocks on my side, and he has Walking Awake on his side. So the fact that neither of us noticed it is kind of funny, at least in the moment. Maybe he noticed it post as well, doing his editing. But yeah, I had realized that when I went back to rewatch the video, and it was just kind of funny that neither of us noticed it in the moment, because I mean, that is such a game changer, actually. Like, our attacks, depending on if he was speed or special attack, I'm not exactly sure which, stat would have been boosted, but it would have been quite the change in the game, I feel like. He goes for the Stealth Rocks here, which I'm not going to do a whole lot to Sandy, at least on the field. It will if I have to switch out. But I mean, my game plan here is just to start hitting the go button with Sandy Shocks, trying to pick up some KOs. I do just go the safe play here in Earth Power, which means he does get in Masquerain for free. But the issue for him now is Masquerain does not have boots. It has Focus Sash, which means it's actually going to take a big hit from the Stealth Rocks. It's 4 times weak to rocks. So taking that hit, it's not going to take kindly to it. We're just going to say that. takes 50% from the rocks, which is going to lower it down. And depending on who outspeeds here, he's either getting up webs or he's not. Because I didn't KO because I went for Earth Power. I guess if I had read that, I could have gone for the Thunderbolt, knowing that he has, the ground immunity there. But I end up outspeeding anyway, so it doesn't really end up mattering. The Thunderbolt is going to pick up the knockout. And now he has no real super good ways to play around this thing. He has Leviathan, his Walking Wake, which can go for the Hydro Steam. But Sandy Shocks is our Terra captain for this week. And it's about to make things a little more dicey for him, we'll just say that. We're going to go for the Terastallization into the Terra Fairy, expecting possible Dragon move or Water move. Either way, we're not going to take a whole lot of damage, if any at all. Because for the Dragon move, we take no damage. He goes for the Water move. Hydro Steam without the Sun boost is not going to do a whole lot. Especially considering we are Assault Vest. And then we're going to go for the Terra Blast Fairy back into it. And that is going to pick up the one-hit knockout after the Stealth Rock damage. Sandy Shocks is an absolute god. This mod is so terrifying into my opponent's team. When I was doing prep with one of my friends, we realized that Fairy made so much sense here. His team has a brutal Fairy weakness. He ends up, I know at the end of the week, he ended up trading away Excalibur because it just wasn't helping him enough. Which, respect, honestly, Excalibur is such a strong and scary mod. But at the same time, if your season's going off the rails, I understand it. But yeah, this is kind of where it starts to go downhill, unfortunately. I think he went into a little bit of panic mode. And I don't blame him. Sandy Shocks, if you don't expect the Terra Fairy here, there's not a whole lot you can do. And that's the one thing. You gotta look at, your weaknesses. You gotta look at, hey, I have a blatant Fairy weakness. Terastallization into Fairy is awful for my team. And I think that's why he ended up trading at the end of the week Excalibur away, knowing that he already has a lot of Fairy weak mons. But yeah, I would have probably gone for the D-Dance here just in case Terra Blast doesn't KO. Obviously, you expect it to KO, but if not, Dragon Dance probably gets you back in the game. Whereas Icicle Crash probably isn't KOing Sandy Shocks. So that's the only thing I'll say. Unfortunately, it just went downhill for him. And I'm sorry to my opponent for that, having to expose the Fairy weakness. But unfortunately, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, I guess. And Sandy Shocks just going to pick up a ton of KOs here. Almost gets KO'd by the critical hit from the Psycho Cut. If that was a stab, I'm dead. And honestly, if there's a Sun out earlier, I'm probably dead because I'm taking way more from the Hydro Steam than I ended up taking. So I'm probably dead there. So unfortunately, not having Sun hurt a little bit there. Because I probably end up getting KO'd. And I still have 4 Pokemon in the back. I can probably clean up the end game, but it's definitely a little more dicey. It's definitely a lot more dicey than that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you to my opponent. Joe, I wish you the best of luck in the rest of your matches, man. That is a scary team that you are rocking, even if it did not end up picking it up.